Yep. We live. We got the world's most hated promoter back in the building again. Yeah, he's back in the building again. I'm so excited. Of course, we got country big checks Cowboyy. I got
yes, sir.
Big checks Cowboyy. Hey, you ready to get the episode started?
Right, I'm saying.
Well, hold on. If James
I'm letting the people know about it.
No, not me.
Let's get right into it.
I came up from nothing. Started from the bottom. I see it with a clear eye. So I hustle.
Mama's house to Penthouse. Yeah.
Back live. I got my boy, world's most hated promoter. You was talking a lot of good shit on your live just before we got on here. But before I get started, there's something very, very serious that we gotta discuss. There's a guy. His name's Jay Gidry.
He
Jay who?
slowing this shit down.
He's slowing this shit all the way down. Jay, we had a package. We were supposed to have a whole different setup today. We supposed to have that package, but Jay Gidry signed for a package, and we don't know who the hell he is, and it's not here.
Hey, look.
He's slowing down the whole radio process,
Hey, look, Pete.
the whole live stream process.
Jay Gidry, whoever you are, my brother, call in ASAP.
Be like,
We're
my
looking
bad,
for
bro.
you.
I ain't know y'all needed this shit.
Nah, we will ban you from every club in the city.
Ooh, that was perfect. And that was on accident. That shit was so live. But yeah, man, we got the world's most hated promoter back again. I feel like you don't get him in the studio
Him, not
two
them.
times in a row like that
Him, not
every
them.
day. And I'm so excited to have you back. Today, we just gonna vibe and talk about a bunch of different topics, jump around. You said you're gonna give away some tickets. You like Santa Claus. You just love to do that shit. So if you want to call in later, the phone lines will probably open up around, 7:30? Let's get off that.
It's giveaway Texas.
Let's give away Texas.
Big giveaway, big announcements, big casting call, big a whole lot.
And then, of course,
Big
Will's
ol'.
favorite thing about the whole podcast, a bunch of that's gonna be coming.
We
through.
dropping a bunch.
Somebody asked, what is book dick?
We never got a
Does
chance.
anybody want to explain what book
we
dick
didn't
is?
really get to talk about that.
You want to hear the
detail.
story of book dick?
Oh, book dick is
Let me tell
exactly
my
what it
story
sounds like.
first. So like the other day, I'm being me at the pool
Him,
party
not
having
them.
a good time. Him, not them. So a young lady slides in my DMs.
Right.
She say,
What's book dick?
What's book dick?
What is book
"What
dick?
book dick?" I'm like, baby, you be watching the podcast.
Yeah.
You watching everything.
Yeah,
You was a fan.
yeah.
So what is book dick then?
Prinston,
So
drop it on me.
I'm gonna tell y'all where book dick came from. So me, I read a lot of books, a lot of books. So girls come to the house, and I just have my I'm trying to say my shelf up there,
Condoms?
right?
Oh,
no.
my
Come on, I'm wholesome, most wholesome man in the city of Houston.
Same.
So I be sitting there, right, and they'll see all my books, and they be like, "Oh my God!" So one time I was moving, I was like, "No, we got to get the bookshelf in the front." And DJ was like, he mad. He can't show him that book dick. and that's basically where this shit came from. It's like when you got a bunch of books and you like, yeah, look at my library. It's like book dick. You
It's
know
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
books. Like that's a
Yeah, you be reading all these book dick.
yeah, but that should let you know, it's some knowledge back there.
Yeah, it's some knowledge.
There's some substance back there.
Here's the thing. I've read all my. If you go to my library in my house, I read all that shit. There's only like 2 books up there I haven't read yet. But my whole library, a lot of motherfuckers just got it back there. All it is book dick. You know what I'm saying? Without no substance, they just like, yeah, I got these books right here.
So basically, a lot of niggas just got it on the shelf, but can't do nothing with it.
You're right.
That's ego. That's an ego shelf. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You just like, I be having books back there. What's this book about? Some things.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
title say.
You know what that's about.
Come on, you know what it is. But if you ever see somebody, you walk in their house and they got a bunch of books, just be like, in your mind silently, book dick. You know what I'm saying? He tried to drop it on you. Or if you're in a conversation and you just drop a book, like, I was reading this book the other day. Book dick. You get what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's just where that shit comes from.
If you got a podcast, hit us up for that drop. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
You know what I'm saying?
then also, ladies and gentlemen, get y'all some book dick too, cause you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Man, get you a fella with some.
Sit on it.
Get you a nigga with a bunch of book dicks. That
Sit
nigga
on
can
it.
teach you something, invest in you. You did.
And that's the whole thing or whatever, right?
You did.
Yeah, and we got this new setup right now too. I want to
Book
make
dick.
sure
Book dig,
got
man.
everybody. Yeah, okay. Everybody's zeroed in. Let me get in the camera a little bit more.
I'm about to.
We got a camera. Look at Will.
Do me a favor, everybody that's watching, make sure you share this out to everybody else that needs to be watching, because I'm gonna be doing that while we getting ready to get started.
And so I
didn't
do
get a chance
want to
send it
talk
out.
about a couple things, man. The world is going crazy right now, man. It's inflation,
Man.
prices through the roof, all kind of crazy shit in. Dating's fucked up.
Bro.
We're gonna talk about everything.
Gas is rent.
We already know this is the world's most hated promoter. If y'all do not know, this is the biggest promoter in Houston. I said it.
Yep.
Book dick. I said that wrong sound effect, but I said it. I said the biggest promoter in Houston. But what I want to talk about today, since I got y'all here, because people ask me all the time, how you balance all this shit? How you keep all this shit balanced? How you have a dating life? How you have, time for your family and all that type of shit? So I thought today we could talk about that. We could give away some tickets, and we could just have a fun show. How that sound?
For sure.
Shit.
That sound like some good shit.
Sound like a play to
Help
me.
y'all out a little bit.
And let me
We
tell
do
you
it every day anyway.
And as you talking, go ahead and tell them some of the things y'all do. I want to cue something up real quick in the background, but I'm gonna have to go to the computer while y'all gentlemen converse about that real quick. I do want to.
What I'm saying, we talk like this on a daily. We give away tickets on a daily. We'll be having tickets. You know what I mean? And like people around, if you following us, if you catch us in person, sometime we'll be feeling good. He be like, man, what you doing Saturday, man? Here you go. Here you go. And your whole family array of tickets to, the next concert that's coming up, but now we got these live stream platforms rolling. And man, Jay Guidry.
Man, we looking for bro. If
Man.
you know Jay Guidry, if you on the live,
They asking.
man, whoever he is, y'all, I'm gonna put it on a shirt. If we don't have them Mevos, if we don't have them cameras,
Man.
by tonight,
So look, gentlemen. Before we get started, before we get really entrenched in this episode, let me get this. Before we get really entrenched.
oh, you about to drop it? You about to show him?
Let me log in this way. I just want to log in real quick. That's not my main Instagram account. I just want to log in real quick and show them, because this shit ain't never been done before. Just let me log in.
The biggest.
This shit ain't never been done.
The biggest.
Never in the history has this been done before. So y'all about to see history in the making real quick. You ready for this shit?
First person ever.
Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
Him, not
This
them.
is the first person
Him,
to
not them.
ever
If
put a
you-
jet ski in the pool.
How?
If you keep scrolling, you're gonna see a nigga hating in the comments.
What do you say?
Some hating shit. But haters, but you can't expect a hater to do nothing.
I'm world's most hated.
Man, look, we ain't look. A hater gonna.
What type of hating is it though? That's what I'm trying to see.
It's different temperatures of hate, but a hater gonna hate. That's what a hater do.
Hey, look, I'm world's most hated. They always hate me. They been hating me.
It's in the title. It's
You
in
be
the
reading your comments?
Occasionally.
I stop.
Well, I think I just blew up real fast because now
Now
I'm just getting more and more like it used to be my partners in my comments. Now it's a nigga who stand on top of a truck with a bunch of fake chains and shit on. So, you gotta
now you trying to see what these niggas. Yeah, like what are you doing?
Man, you can't pay attention to people. You don't even know if that's the real person.
That's what I be saying, cause
Motherfuckers
like,
go hard on your ass.
bro, like, and then really,
When I first got
I think you posted that.
I got on here. I got on this whole.
Yeah,
I
you
got it.
posted that.
Look, hold on, P. So one spring break, story time. Spring break, I'm out here with my guy, Top Flight Trey Willis or whatever. So my dude Willis, he basically took a picture with every single girl on the beach. So he posted a picture of him and all the girls on the beach. It's like him and like 100 women. You know what I'm saying? So like he posted it, his shit going viral. But in his comments, they was like flaming him. Like, so a girl was like, you gave me some weed to take a picture with me. You told me you was gonna get me in the club, blah, blah, blah. So they were just like all flaming him because I guess they were seeming like he was trying to make it seem like he slept with all these women, but he just made a post or whatever, right? So women were in his comments. So me, like a damn fool, I jump in the arena. And one of the things I want y'all to know is you cannot beat the internet.
Nah, that's it. My motherfucker undefeated, bro.
Because they got
internet undefeated.
They got too much time to come up with shit.
That's what I'm saying. You fucking with a motherfucker.
You got motherfuckers who the best at ranking from across the nation.
Bro, look, hold on, P. So look, Me and this girl, I post something like, hey, well, if your homegirl's accepting drugs, take a picture, she must be a fiend. So then one of her homegirls jumping in was like, she had basically went and looked at my whole Twitter, and my Twitter wasn't up to date, so I ain't had no new pictures. But she was just like, she like roasted my ass. And I was like, damn. So then I found myself like going to her page. When I went to her page, I saw she had like kids and shit. And I was like, this motherfucker's a grown ass person with kids, and we going back and forth. We don't know each other.
But you made her day.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was so crazy. But I'm saying that to say is like reading your comments to piggyback off of what you said and things like that, and worry about what people are saying about you online is something that, you know, if you're immature, you're gonna tap in and feed into that.
And for y'all who gonna be real famous, these are two people who would know about that. I only got one bad comment so far, really. It was when we first started the podcast. Somebody got mad because I didn't say it exactly right. He was like, no, he didn't go to college to become a businessman. He went to become a lawyer, right? Mm-hmm. You're just a dumb college dropout. What would you know? And I was like, wow, bro.
Like, went hard on you.
Like, damn. It didn't really bother me. I was like,
I had to start reading them.
I know. Well, your shit
big crazy.
Right on.
Your shit crazy.
Because it was like and I no disrespect to the LGBT community, but from majority of my disrespectful comments came from that area. So I went through like ultimate rage. Like, you know, every man would go through like, what the fuck are you trying to, then you try to understand it. You like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing something? Like, what do I need to fix something? Like, is it something? But then a young lady said something that was so profound to me, it just clicked. And it was like the end of that shit for me. She was like, bro, you just look good to him. Yeah. And I was like, I never even thought of that. Like, as crazy as it sounds, it's like, no, you're just attracted to them too. They like dudes, so that you like the type of dude that they like. And that's really all you got it. That's all you can. You just got to come to the conclusion.
But you were just on some James Brown.
I just didn't get it. I was like,
James Brown shit like.
No.
Not me. Like, why me though? Like,
come on, you know.
You
had,
you know.
Of
course, I get it. I got
what you was doing on your Instagram.
Though. Yeah. And I understand. And like as of now, that's why I don't read the comments no more.
I do want to take a second to send a shout out to all our subscribers. So you'll see our subscribers popping up at the bottom of the screen right there. All you gotta do is subscribe. And if you are watching this and you like this content, make sure you subscribe, because we're gonna be bringing you some heat today. We're gonna be talking about everything. And really, y'all got into it already, in my opinion, about integrating your life. So I guess let's talk about that shit. Let's talk about, as you become more famous, as you become influencers, what do you think what was the biggest unsuspected change that you had when you were coming up?
You talking to me?
Either one of y'all. Y'all got a bunch of influence.
Unsuspected change.
Like what was you most surprised by? Like when people start knowing you, start recognizing you in different places. What was like the most surprising thing that you had to adjust to? Because, for example, you talked about this. One of the weirdest things that ever happened to me is going to the restroom.
I know.
You walk in the restroom and you literally pissing in the restroom, and somebody be like, "Hey man, like your content." You know what I'm saying? It's like that's like, whoa,
bro. My dick out, bro.
Or you party in the club, it's motherfuckers twerking all around you, and somebody be like, "Hey,
I had a full convo in the club.
I want to tell you about my business."
Not the full convo.
The bathroom is never a social setting to have a conversation with me or any man for that matter.
Yeah.
Never have a conversation with me.
Anywhere where loud music is, you're supposed to try to tap in. But I would say adjusting, like something that shocked me. I don't know, like I'm thinking like something that like I had to adjust to, or I had to like.
Well, one of the things that I can say is that people always assume because they see you on Instagram, you have a lot of followers,
that.
And you have a lot of luxury items. They just assume that you're rich. You know what I'm saying?
Or assume anything, whatever they assume.
Exactly. But a lot of it is, people look at you like you're not a real person, and it's like, we real people just like you. You know what I'm saying? We got families.
You help me remember everything I wanted, like all of the shit.
I'm saying, like people be taught, like,
man,
you're world's most hated promoter, and it's crazy because
you're like a little toy.
Like you will.
Well, no, I don't think that's one thing, a distinction I always like to break down to people. A lot of people, I don't look at you as like you regular or anything. I just think that we always talk about this. You could be a fan or be a friend, but you can't be both, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people close to you, because we've talked about this all the time, it's like what they call familiarity breeds contempt, which basically means you could be the person who really drop $1 million worth of game on all your friends, but they don't give a fuck because they know you too well. I don't look at y'all that way. I know exactly who y'all are, but I think a lot of people, you can't be friends with some people if you just weird like that, right? I know you're the world's most hated promoter.
Facts.
Like, if somebody hit me up, like, a person might hit me up and be like, hey, bro, can I get his number? I'm like, no. Fuck you think this is, right? I don't go. I don't give out numbers.
You don't go?
I don't give out numbers. I don't do it. Don't ever ask me. Don't ask me for this person's contact. I ain't giving nobody's number out. But what I'm saying is, those people don't see you they see you a different way because they don't have any knowledge of like who you are as a regular person. I know your mother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've met like your family and shit.
And it's really just the understanding of it. I think one of the hardest things, it was something that you cultivate over like the time. Like you just put in so many situations, so you cultivate like different skills. I would say one of them from just local fame. You want to cut the screen back on?
Yeah, just make sure we still up.
Okay. I don't know what happened. One of them, I'm not sure I'm gonna tap in. One of them, because I'm gonna lose my train. One of them from local fame, just coming up, I remember is having to create a generic response to everything. Like people coming up to you and like asking about your mom. You don't know who they are.
Yeah. Well, I feel like
thought that shit was weird.
How your mom and them? Oh, great, man. How your people and them doing?
I feel like it kind of.
You just gotta have that energy, about it at all. Like you people know you like a motherfucker, but you don't know them at all. But you just gotta keep it cool, because if you act like that, then now you bougie.
Somebody just subscribe to the channel.
Nah, for sure. Shout out to everybody on the live with us, man.
Yeah, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel.
Tapping in, just subscribe, man. Mama's House, the Penthouse.
Yeah. But no, I think that's the biggest thing, that when I look at certain stuff as you change, I think here's the thing, right? Here's the thing I think a lot of people don't understand. Your life can change, but you don't notice the change. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you got famous tomorrow, you got, let's say, Instagram fame, 1 million subscribers, and everybody in your city knows who you are now. You just made a transition. But the problem is, although you've made the transition in the world, you mentally haven't made the transition. It's the same thing I say. It's almost like winning the lotto, not because of money, but because you have gotten a bunch of money. You're different as far as what you've gotten, but you don't feel any different. So now when you're walking around, somebody's like, hey, you're the world's most hated promoter. I learned a lot from him. It's like, when people, I don't know a person, I'm just going to say, hey, what's up? So keep it moving. Right. It's just every once in a while you meet a weird person who acts like you're supposed to remember who they are.
Right. And they hold you accountable for it. Like,
bro, you didn't even speak to me. I'm like,
come on, bro. You know,
bro,
come on,
when
bro.
we be in the club, bro,
don't do me like that.
Seeing faces, I just be, sometimes it just be going like this, because there be so much stuff going on. People are asking about tables. People need bottles. Somebody's section may have went wrong or whatever. So it's so much stuff going on in the club. So if you ever see me or you ever see DJ and we know you personally,
keep in mind,
like we speak to you, man, the club is a whole different vibe.
We at work too now, y'all. Now keep in mind, I know it's fun and it's loud and y'all drinking and it's lit. We may be fucked up too a little bit, but at the same time, keep in mind, we are performing a task. Like, somebody, can you load that James Brown for me? Somebody, please load that motherfucker. I was working like a motherfucker at Palmer one day, just emceeing my little heart away. I'm talking about just going off the rector. A young lady who I never met in my life just decides to ask me. She say, I guess because I had a glass of water, I might have just, somebody might have handed me a bottle of water or something. Like a waitress came and handed me a bottle of water. Mm-hmm. She said, go get me one. I say,
not me.
What the hell is wrong with her?
She didn't know you was.
I was at work. I'm working. Like, what are you doing? I'm not finna go do it. Number one. Number two, because I don't know you and we didn't even come together. Like, what's the issue here? Why would I go just run an errand for you like that? What the hell is wrong with? I'm at work.
Yeah, for sure.
We gonna tap in. We gonna talk if we can. But like, come on, man.
That's what I think people don't understand.
I'm at the J.
That's actually.
I'm at the J. I don't come to your job.
I'm at the J.
Come to somebody working at Hollister. Hey, bro.
You don't remember
give me
me?
the water. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro,
you remember me?
Make sure y'all like and subscribe Make sure y'all like this video. Send it out to everybody because we're going to be going in depth on a lot of things. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. You want to see your name pop up, you can subscribe too. It's going to pop up at the top of the screen. So with that being said, then I think that leads into the next thing I would ask then. It's almost like I'm just going to go pick y'all minds as far as becoming an influencer, right? Okay, so this fame or whatever, right? How does this affect you as far as like when it comes to dating then, right? Because I think a lot of people right now, there's a lot of layers to it. I think people see it from I guess you could say the young side is like the women. I'm about to get it all and shit like that.
How do
y'all kind of view it as far as
that's true though.
Just navigating and be real. Just be real because I know it's good and pros and cons to it.
You go ahead. You go.
What I will say, it would just depend on what you dating for. You know what I'm saying? Some people depend on what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I laughed at what he said because a lot of people are really going into it like that.
You might be dating just because you attractive,
you know what I'm saying?
she attractive.
They going into it like that.
They popular, you popular, so it's more of a status thing. And it's like if that's what you're dating for, make sure you know that and you define that. There's some people who are dating for marriage or they're dating for like the long term. And I would say the biggest thing that we have, because we live in a society where everything is so transactional, right? Mm-hmm. And then, you know what I'm saying, you're dating these people and you really never had a defined way of what y'all was dating for. Y'all met at the club, y'all kicked it, y'all probably fucked a couple times. Now it's like, oh, we kept fucking, so now we're supposed to be together, when in actuality, you know, y'all have no plan. It's just like a business. You know what I'm saying? A partnership is similar to a business. What is your plan? What is your end goal?
Right. I like the language.
That's a very mature answer though. I like it. I mean,
no, it is. I guess the same. So I don't really know. I can't remember the question.
I mean, basically, what is it like been? How does that affect like your dating?
Oh yeah.
How is it like?
How to get famous?
Imagine. Like we all can imagine it, right? We all do imagine it. Like imagine having a bunch of people on your Instagram.
For sure.
And then imagine dating somebody without a bunch of people on their Instagram.
Okay.
Okay. So you already know that element's not gonna work. So you searching for understanding.
For sure.
The second, what you were saying also with a plan. Like that's why I don't really like the language of like boyfriend, girlfriend. That sounds like very young ass, naivete ass fucking movements. Like what you just said. We just live together. We live closer to each other, so we gotta go together. That's that shit we used to do when we was in like, you remember?
Yeah.
Like when you couldn't drive nowhere and when you couldn't do shit. You know what I mean? So it's like operating from a standpoint where, all right, I'm able, so let's create something. Let's put something together. Let's move our feet. Let's, you know what I mean? Step, you know what I mean? That's really what it's about.
Advocate, I got to do it. I mean, somebody's got to do it on the show.
Somebody got to be it.
How does that affect the girls you're talking to then? Because at the end of the day, I'm feeling like, you know, if you like, man, I don't want to call it this. I don't want to be this. And keep in mind, I told y'all devil's advocate, because somebody,
you just communicate.
Look at his ass or whatever, right? But no, how do you think that affects them though?
Well, you just got to communicate so that way you understand. If it does affect them, at least you know.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is, I think a lot of people not honest and upfront in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I think you can get into any relationship that you want. I won't out people on the show or whatever, but I have friends who have polygamous relationships, polyamorous relationships, every type.
What's
of
polyamorous?
Polyamorous is like both the male and female mess with multiple partners, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Polygamous is more like there's the man and he has wives. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I'm not an expert on it. So somebody might be in the comments like, nah, bro, that's not what it is. But that's how I understand it. Like polyamorous is y'all can fuck whoever y'all want. And polygamous is like, you know, boom.
But
and that works for certain people. But I think that's an upfront thing. And I think a lot of people are so scared that they're not going to be able to find somebody who's going to fuck with the way they want to go about shit.
Right. That's why you got to be honest.
All the time, like, even if I'm at a situation where I feel like this is where I'm at in life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Okay.
If I'm at a situation where I was dating somebody and I felt like I need to fuck with somebody else, I would just tell them, because I don't feel like doing that at this point in my life. I don't feel like trying to hide my phone. I don't feel like doing none of that shit. I'm just gonna be straight up. And if they not fucking with it, it is what it is. I don't have time to do it anymore. I got shit to do. I gotta run a business. I gotta operate shit. So for me to be sitting here, and I'm not saying I'm trying to do that. I'm not sitting here saying like I'm trying to go fuck around and hit 1,000 women. I'm saying I am not gonna play that game at this point because it's too time consuming.
Very time consuming.
I told you, bro, I got caught up one time.
That's a business. You might as well make some money out of it.
I got caught up one time in the weirdest way. You want to hear this shit? I got caught up. So I had my phone in the car. My brother was like, bro, you know, you got to keep your phone away from you. So I had my car. I went in the parking lot in my apartments. I put the phone down the street. Down the street, right?
Not down the street, bro.
It wasn't even in the house. So I'm like, I'm good. So we watching a movie. Listen to this bullshit. We watching a movie. In the movie, the man cheated that way.
He put the phone down.
He put the phone in the car and shit like that. This motherfucker went and found my keys. Went down the street and found my phone. And found some text messages. I got woke up to like a barrage of like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Punches and shit like that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, I realized that's because shit.
Crazy.
I learned at that moment. Fuck that shit. I'm just gonna be straight up. I don't feel like dealing with that shit.
You gotta go through it,
shit, bro. Like because at the end, that be happening. That be happening to people over and over and over again.
I'm trying to think about a moment like that. I got one. I gotta think about it though. Like where, because we all come to the conclusion where it's not worth it. Even women come to it at some point. They probably come earlier than us. But like, if you come to the conclusion it's because of a situation like that, where you like, okay, it's like, nah, I don't even feel like it.
Yeah, exactly. What about you?
What about me?
What about you?
Everybody wants to know, what is it like in the dating life
Of the world.
of the world's most hated promoter?
It has to be understanding. You gotta be right.
Nah.
Well, I mean, okay, so let me say this then. How do women typically deal with the fact that you because you got a lot of women around you, and sure. I can see that making some women nervous unless you know they just they feel like they her, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sheen.
Nah, for sure, man.
Sheen.
To be honest,
Sheen.
man. Wow, but yeah, so dating,
Wow.
I feel like because I am in the nightlife industry, because there's a lot of women and things around all the time. It is very challenging to date someone.
Challenging.
You know what I'm saying? When you're in this
Sound
type
like you're
of
treading
industry,
lightly.
you know what I'm saying? But
What type of things are around?
you have a bunch of women. It's liquor, it's drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of sex. You see a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You see
It's the nightlife.
sometimes girls in one section with these guys, and then next week they in the section with other guys.
What do they call that?
Those
Airbnb.
those the party
Because I be
girls,
feeling like sometimes you be trying to hold back, bro.
Those
You
the-
get on
hey,
there, you on the fire, you be like, no, I ain't gonna go hard as I go. You
I
go
ain't gonna
hard.
because those the party girls, and we love the party
No,
girls.
I'm not talking bad. I'm not
party.
talking bad. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about in general.
Nah, yeah,
We love them too. Come on.
Those the section hoppers. They hop from section to section. They look good, they look great. They not coming to spend no money to really patronize the business or anything, but they're fixtures. They're addition to the
Man,
night.
what's name had me laughing on this goddamn chat last time you was here, right? When the dude called him, he was like, "Yeah, man, these bad bitches don't want to pay for section."
Yeah.
He said, "You was like,
Oh, we can cuss on
here."
here, bet. I ain't know. I thought
Bro, you knew that, bro. You was cursing last time. What
Hey,
you
say
mean?
less, say less.
But he said,
For
he
sure.
said, he said that shit, right?
I ain't know
Nah,
we
but
can cuss on here.
no, this is what I'm saying, right?
We going X-ray
But,
now.
see,
Let's go.
but you sitting here talking like that. But she was like, she was on here. She was like, the dude was like, he was like, they never pay for sections. They never did, whatever, right? And she
They
put,
not going
it
to.
never will.
It never will.
It's bad bitches. That's not what they do.
You get to a girl, you know
not how the
exactly
setup
what a
is.
girl. If she bad, you get to the door and tell her to pay. You know what she gonna say, D?
She gonna pick up that phone.
No,
Not me.
not me.
It's just not happening.
She not paying.
Man, but yeah, to kind of go back to your question, it is very challenging dating in nightlife because it's also a very chaotic environment as well too. So you have to look at the type of partner that you have and see if they match that energy. So like, let's just say, for example, what I do, I'm out late, super late. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say if I dated a girl who was a nurse, right?
Okay.
She probably got a regular 9 to 5, a regular schedule.
Yeah.
My schedule is more chaotic.
dealt with that
So
before, yeah.
trying to do things like, just talk to her, hear about her problems and things like that, we would probably be like a mismatch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not saying that, it wouldn't work, but it's all about, scheduling too, because you do have to invest a lot of time into your partner.
Don't you think though? And see, I've always thought this, right? Don't you think though, at a certain point when you say it will or won't work, we just got to be accepting of some lives are not compatible, right?
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, when I look at this shit, you know, we try to make shit work, but somebody's gonna have to compromise in a situation like that.
Right.
So, like, somebody got to be the person who's like in that situation because y'all lives are not integrated. And that's what we talking about. Really, is making this shit integrated. If your life is the nightlife and I'm traveling and I'm doing all this type of shit and they can't do it, because I've had that issue before. Because I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna travel when I fucking feel like it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But if you are in a job and you're like, well, I want to come with you, and it's like you got to take time off. I don't want to think about that.
Hell
Now,
no.
That may sound bad, but I'm saying I understand. I wouldn't date somebody that way because it's not compatible with the way I live.
All right, we might leave
I
tomorrow.
think that would be the same thing in a situation, whether it's being an influencer, whether it's being somebody who promotes, especially in your situation. Your shit is just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you in the fucking pool on a jet ski, like doing donuts and shit like that with women in the background. I know they like, ooh.
Well, nah, I mean, if someone cannot accept you for being you unapologetically, then it's like that's not the person that is for you. Because at the end of the day,
Wait, hold on. Say it again.
so yeah, one of the things I do every day,
What are the things?
I
you
do
know?
these daily affirmations, and
Yeah.
then you know the daily affirmations are the thing that really help you get up and be motivated. One of the things that really keep you. So, like, for example, in nightlife, like I spoke about earlier, it's very chaotic. So I always need things to keep me grounded. So daily affirmations is one of the things that I do. So with the daily affirmations, one of them said that you deserve to be you unapologetically. And it just really stuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
And it's like, women, I want you to pay attention to this. Gentlemen, I want y'all to pay attention to this as well. Whatever you doing, whoever you are, if you know who you are, you deserve to be you unapologetically, and that means you be you, free of limits.
If
Free of
you think
shackles,
about
free
it,
of holding you down.
Yeah,
It was the reason why the relationship even started.
Like that.
If you think about it, it was the reason why the relationship even started. The person that liked you started liking that unapologetic version of your ass.
Exactly.
You know,
a lot of people lose that in a relationship though.
well, yeah, no, cause like movie shit. Like I tell man, like we watch.
I would get DJ riled up.
Yeah, nah, I ain't gonna get riled up on the ass. I'll turn up on
I'm
the
about to
ass.
rile them up in a second.
Nah, for
Watch.
sure. That Disney Channel fucked me up too though.
It's that fairy tale shit. Motherfucker probably watched too many movies.
Yeah, man.
You watch too many movies.
real
If you like, all right, so a movie should be cool, like nothing more, bro.
Make sure y'all like this too. Make sure y'all like this, send this out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man.
And what I mean by that is like, yeah, understand what's going on in the movie. Please understand that there's a person like my guy P. Hicks there and actors such as the world's most hated promoter and myself who understand emotional range and who gonna give it to you on tape.
Yeah.
So if we need to marry a woman on tape, if we need to kiss a woman on tape, there's people out here in this world who can put this shit on camera unapologetically.
And it's gonna be so.
And if you don't understand what's going on, you will get hypnotized.
I'ma tell you what-
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You know what-
Hold on, let me double it back.
Hold on, let me
riled
stop.
up.
Let me get.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down.
Let him loose. Let him loose.
I'm
Nah,
gonna
go.
calm down, bro.
Him not
Well,
this.
let me tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is, cause he like shit. I'm gonna get this motherfucker cancer.
Keep playing.
On some real shit. You know what it is? I've told people all the time. I wish the shit worked like Disney. I wish you could just go, hey, you know, I think you're really swell.
Right.
And give them some flowers and
Well, this
be
shit-
like, oh my God,
Man,
I
life
like
ain't
you
the
so
motherfucking
much.
Man.
Let's just live together and be happy from
Man,
here on out.
This ain't the motherfucking
But you're gonna
Notebook.
get simped out.
This shit every day.
If you walk up to a girl do that shit, you know what she gonna say? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? And I think some people gonna be like, no, I wouldn't or whatever, right? But I always think that when people say that, it's because they thinking about like the most ideal person they could possibly think about talking to.
Right.
Like if that person came up to you, I don't know if they like Drake, if he came up to you and said, oh my God, you know, you're really big, you probably would be like, oh my God, it's Drake. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
even your intuition would kick in and understand that this is a robot or a scam or something.
What?
Just the whole situation. Because like stuff gotta make sense. So like I was telling, I was in the car with my friends and there was a young lady walking, right? And I drive a nice car. Me driving a nice car for so long, I feel like I don't need to roll down my window to holler, right?
Yeah.
I'll catch on the flip side. That's how I feel,
You're
right?
a cat call.
So I'm not catcalling. That's how I feel. But at the same time, man, we finna get it popping, man. We finna really get it popping. Y'all want to send this out? Send it out right now.
Look, real quick, one of the things. So, It's a book and it's a pretty popular book.
Uh-oh.
It's called I think it's Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
Dick.
So a lot of times
He wanted that.
and one of the things that they talk about in books like this and like Way of the Superior Man, I know Zoo mentioned that
Amazing
last
book.
week.
Hold on, he dropping
I
the
was
book.
just like, man, last night I just found myself in a really creative space. It was a full moon, you know what I'm saying? I was vibing, get a bunch of work done. So I'm listening to Way of Superior Man. This is going crazy, crazy, crazy. And one of the things that it's talking about is the way that men and women communicate and different type of things like that. So like, for example, right? A lot of times when your girl, she want to go out with her homegirls, they want to have a girls' night. They want to go turn up, shake their ass, have a good time.
Right.
They want to put on the dresses and everything like that. It's like some guys that would get on their nerves. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, she going out having a good time, and he's looking at it like, oh, damn, she want to go hang with her girls and be a thought or whatever. But you know, the masculine and the feminine energies, they are meant to run parallel. So it's like she's going out and replenishing her feminine energy. It's just
She
like,
needs
exactly.
And it, like psychologically, sometimes we just need other people to make us remember. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you better understand that, my brother.
Yep.
That's why you all up in her face worried about what other people saying. You need them niggas. Because your ass probably ain't finna tell her enough. Anyway. So what you need to do is shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Because the reality of this shit is it gotta be intertwined and it gotta be compatible. That's what we're talking about today. Yeah. It's like through understanding and through all of this shit, you can create a relationship that you like. You can create the ideal lifestyle that you like. You can have peace of mind. You can like really, but it takes focus. It takes like, that's why I love podcasts like this. We get an opportunity to come back to awareness, like where we have to talk about things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times our life is very fast. Event, this, food, event, food, gym, this, food. You know what I'm saying? It's like event. It's like back to back. And like we don't really get a chance to tap into awareness, but like in times like this, man, you really gotta understand that like everything that you're doing, no matter what it is, if it's nightlife, if it's the podcast that you creating, if it's whatever, you gotta make it intertwine with everything else. You gotta strategically think about it. Like you gotta, like, of course, like we all do, we think about the people that we entertain because we know where we gotta go after this. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So if it's to work, if it's to a nightlife gig, if it's to, you know that people gotta be able to maneuver through that type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the biggest thing though, right? And I feel like the biggest problem is just people don't have any direction for themselves, right? I think really, and this is something I've been really heavy on lately, is I think your conception of yourself is what really makes everything happen. Because, for example, if you go into a relationship and you really don't know who the fuck you are, how are you gonna even be in a relationship with somebody? And I think a lot of people be in a relationship and they just feel like they're supposed to do it. It's like, okay, you know, I like this person, we're supposed to be in a relationship. And then what happens is they really don't have any direction for that relationship. I know I've been like that before. It's like I was just kind of going through the motions. And so what I really wanted wasn't the specific relationship, but I thought I did because I was listening to other people.
Right.
Unless I knew myself. Like, for example, I give this prime example. Here's a good example. I was telling her, we was talking about this the other day, right? And I was saying, well, shit, DJ may have a different type of like boundaries as far as relationship. He's an influencer. So just like acting, an actor is going to understand an actress kissing somebody in a show more than the average person. You gotta be like, but you got to kiss him on how many times you got to kiss him because he's not in that world. Right. So the boundaries of that person may be different. So I don't think that you can even let somebody else, because everybody's gonna be like, well, how should I deal with this woman and shit like that? It's like, until you know like what you don't fuck with, because maybe you don't fuck with your girl going to the club. Maybe you feel like that's single shit to you and you like, nah, you need to stay your ass at home. That's you. That's you. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is until you know that, you can't set proper boundaries in a relationship. So relationships go haywire because everybody's trying to take one person and make them conform to something that they probably don't fuck with. It's certain stuff that I know if somebody tried to make me conform to that, I'm not gonna do it. It don't matter what you feel, how you feel about it, I'm just not gonna do it. I don't go. But it's other shit. It's like, okay, I'm already kind of living like that, so we're just gonna integrate our lives together and the shit'll be cool. And I believe that's really the biggest mistake with a lot of relationships. So especially talking to like an influencer, it's a different understanding you have to have. As far as you the world's most hated promoter, it's gonna be women around. it's gonna be shit around like that. So if somebody can't mentally get that in their
Y'all
head,
seen the jet skis?
you know what I'm saying? Y'all seen the jet skis. I think that's a huge thing, right? And I think that's part of integrating it all. Because right now, with the world going the way it's going, I mean, I think it's super important for you to have people that you fuck with around. But this should be some shit that's
It's
causing
super
turmoil.
important for you to live your life however the fuck you want to live your life, man. Listen, if you want to go out with your homegirls and shake your motherfucking ass,
Shake the tail feather.
man, come
Well,
on.
no,
Shake it.
I agree, but I also will say this, right? Understand that don't try to talk to a dude who don't fuck with it. Like
Facts.
everything has its consequence to it.
For sure.
Right? Somebody can, if I give my opinion right now, somebody like, oh, fuck what he talking about, right? But I'm saying that means I'm just not the person to talk
And I
to.
understand.
It's like if you got a different opinion, it's like, well, shit, you talk to this person because, you know, they're in alignment with what you fuck with. And I think that's the biggest thing. I'm going to live how I want and you should live how you want. I'm just going to intersect with somebody who lives similar to my lifestyle. Because I don't think no relationship starts as perfect. I feel like everybody has to learn each other and learn boundaries. But at least if you know what you want and the other person knows what they want, y'all can at least come to the table and be like, this what I'm on, this what you on.
Right.
And then you don't really got to.
And then, and then, my bad. You're
Got
right.
it?
Well, we on the same page. And when both people understand it, you'll come to a halt faster if that's what needs to happen, right? So like, what'll happen is both parties will have each other fucked up, right? And then you'll be like, you'll just be sitting there like,
Y'all both got each other.
yeah, everybody, y'all both sitting there.
It'll be a stalemate.
Yeah, it'll be like,
Stalemate.
yeah. Well, I can't go past this one. I can't. You know what I mean? It's me. I can't do. Yeah, right. But we laughing, but it's textbook.
Yeah,
it actually saves people time. You know what I mean? Like, I like it. Like, if you don't know, then that's why I be fishing for the truth. I'll be like, tell me. You know, let me know because I just want to know if X, Y, Z. So that way, at least we came to the halt. And then that way we understood niggas could sleep.
See, that's why I believe, because I'm gonna tell you, it was somebody did a video and they was getting mad at her because she was a housewife, right?
Yeah.
She was talking about how much she loved her husband. They was roasting her, talking about this shit ain't the 1950s and shit. I said that's what she want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she ain't give a fuck. And what I'm saying is, what you saying as far as the stalemate, right? Some people want to live certain lives and other people don't. But I feel like because so many people let other people have authority over their life. I've talked about this at length about having authority over yourself, right? Ain't nobody got the right to tell you like you ain't shit. Like I hear people looping on shit. Yeah, you know, when I was young, they told me this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck them people. And at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck what nobody else talking about because I got my people I fuck with and shit like that. I'm gonna take advice, but I got the authority over myself. You don't gotta think I'm cool. You don't gotta think I'm lying. You don't gotta think shit about me. But at the whole point is, do you think that about yourself?
Yeah.
When you think that about yourself, it's certain shit you just won't do. You're not going for certain stuff. You're not gonna let somebody disrespect your time because you like, this who I am. I have this opinion of myself. So when I look at a situation like you saying you got each other fucked up, that's a good thing to happen.
Yes.
If y'all both stalemate and y'all like, I'm not doing that, and y'all stop talking, y'all just saved each other because one of y'all was going to have to bend.
Right.
But there are relationships where one person is like, no,
That's what I'm saying.
Cool. If a man's like,
You
hey, I
gotta-
want you to stay at the house and cook.
Right. And you say,
And you like, I fuck you.
right. That's perfect.
Good.
Perfect. It's like
Oh,
maybe
that's
the
I'm glad we
maybe the
figured that out.
interaction was bad.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have figured it out. Maybe either party y'all could argue about how it was said. Yeah. But what happened was
good.
actually healthy. You know what I'm saying? Even though it might, XYZ. So it's really about like even understand like
Boundaries.
come on, man.
Big old
Boundaries.
boundaries.
Everybody should have them, not just men. This ain't just
Women too.
like, everybody. You should know what you will and will not do.
Boundaries, the vocabulary word of the day, y'all.
And
Look that up.
and within setting your boundaries, you need to be rational too. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about Russia and Ukraine. I'm gonna show y'all a prime example of a boundary.
Okay.
This is our country. This is y'all country. Don't come over here. If you come over here,
That shit pop
then
up.
what's gonna happen is Cowboy, like what Cowboy said, y'all gonna have each other fucked up.
Right. It's gonna be a clash.
And at that point, it becomes a power struggle, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it really shouldn't get into that because at the end of the day, I realized this one day, you don't really got to do shit. It's just people not willing to walk away. I be thinking about somebody really getting disrespected in a relationship. And I be like, that's just somebody doesn't have the willingness to walk away.
Yeah.
If somebody in the middle of the street, you ain't shit, this and this, you always been weak, you ain't gonna do shit like that. I say, how did it get there? That ain't the first time you got into it with the person, but somebody ain't willing to walk away. So I see that a lot of times with dudes, it's like they unwilling to walk away from the situation, so they find themselves getting disrespected. They find themselves being in a situation. I say the same thing on the opposite side of it, right? If somebody doing some shit, I don't really like how he treats me. It's like, this shit voluntary. It's different if you married or something like that, but a lot of times it's people just in regular relationships.
Who said you gotta do any of this shit?
It's all voluntary.
That's what
you don't gotta fuck with nobody.
That's my preachings. You can't, man, listen, ladies, men, gentlemen, anybody watching this episode, if you fuck with anybody after this and they do not have the understanding that they cannot physically make you do something, you need to abort quickly.
Make sure y'all like the video. Like the video and subscribe. Like the video right now. Send this out because we're going to be going deep in this shit.
Abort.
Preach, Pastor.
Get the fuck out of Dodge, nigga.
Let me just jump in the middle of all this dating shit real quick, right? Before you decide to date any motherfucker, you need to have your shit together. And what I mean by that, I'm not even saying you got to have a whole bunch of money or whatever.
Man.
I'm saying you got to know who you are. You got to know what your vision is, your direction for your life, for you to even, as a man, lead another motherfucker to date you.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I think that I would like to change the language. I don't know what it is yet, man. Y'all help me. Everybody watching, help me. But like, it gotta make. I was saying we was laughing about this a while back. P. We were saying that I think in order for you to qualify to be able to date, you need to have filed your taxes. You need to have your goddamn license and registration. Yes, man. Because listen, motherfuckers will lead you astray. And then you out here thinking that it's how it
taxes.
Yeah, like no.
You know, they tried to put me on that Married at First Sight show, but I ain't fucking with that. But I'm saying they tried to put me on it. You know what they ask you? How much you making? They need to see it.
Right.
They need to see the income statement.
I'm trying to income. You know what I'm saying? So
checking your ass like an apartment complex.
Are you stable?
Like a bank, like a mortgage.
Are you stable? And that's what the moral of this thing is. Even in nightlife, even with being an influencer.
But don't you think this is what I'm saying? Don't you think a lot of people like don't got their emotional shit in order? Because even if somebody got their because what I'm saying is, okay, when you're talking to a person, like we've done business together, us, right? Me and you all of us can have a rational conversation.
Right.
But sometimes I be looking at when an argument happens, some people haven't developed the type of interpersonal skills to even handle that shit correctly.
Man.
So it's like, when you fucking with people, you got to think about that. It's not just that, bro. It's like personality disorders. Do y'all know about the fucking dark triad, right? Heard about that? So the dark triad is basically 3 personality traits that you should avoid, which is you got narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, right? So Machiavellianism is like zero-sum game. I got to win. I'm going to win this shit. Like, I'll fucking kill whatever I got to do to win.
Oh, my God.
Narcissism, we all know what that is.
Man, I know what a narcissist is, but I need another brief description.
Let me see if I can try to, because I'm not a clinical psychologist.
Like, what's some...
A narcissist, I would say, is like somebody who
doesn't see,
cares about themselves, but has no regard for anybody else.
Gotcha.
So there's a difference in loving yourself. Loving yourself is you love yourself,
I'm not a
but
narcissist.
you have regard for
I was sweating for a second. Because people told me that before. I was like,
well, no, but sometimes people tell you a narcissist to try, because they're probably narcissists and they trying to make you feel bad. And if you're a codependent personality, because there's a book called The Human Magnet Syndrome. There's a book called The Human Magnet Syndrome. If you ever struggle with narcissists or you struggle with being codependent with other people, you should read it, because narcissists feed on codependence. That's why you see these narcissistic like people. They always got these people who kind of clean up after them and shit like that. And people think narcissist is just somebody who's like, yeah, I'm full of absorbed. A lot of times it's people who are depressed too, who are like always crying, like everything's about them. So they could be like, oh my God, this is messed up. But every time they break down, and you as a codependent, I got to fix it. I got to save them. I got to do all this type of shit. And this happens with male and female. We had a friend of ours. She went through this type of shit. Like, and it really fucking ruined her. You get what I'm saying? And the whole thing is it ruins people, because what I'm saying is these are things you need to look out for. There's books that talk about this, but these personality traits, I think people don't even understand. You can run into the dark triad.
And a narcissist is like a classic person in the love stories where you have this person that loves the person drastically, and the narcissist is playing with that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So the narcissist is playing with the codependent, and it's like they just feeding off of it. And then like outside looking in, you can see it. But like if just hearing what P is saying, like that make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, I think that's the biggest thing, because like when you get into relationships, they talk about there's 3 ways the relationships really play out, right? It's and this is from 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Book Dick.
Drop
it on them.
But one more time. But in there they talk about, most people start in a codependent relationship, right?
Yeah.
Which is he put numbers to it. It's like 1 + 1 or 0 + 0 equals 0, right? So basically that's both of y'all feeding on each other. You do shit to them. Y'all need each other's validation really bad. This is typically why a lot of times people cheat too, because they need outside validation. Then you got independent, which is like, nigga, it's me. Fuck everybody, right? Yeah. I don't need nobody. Now, you can get in a relationship at that point, but you will typically not want to build with the person. You just so caught in your boundaries that you're not trying to build something together. At the highest level, you want to get to what's called interdependent, which is 1 + 1 = 11.
Gotcha.
You see what I said?
Big time.
11.
Not
so
2.
Multiplier. And what that means is
not 2.
Y'all are gonna be able to come together.
This ain't 50-50 over here, nigga.
11 on
it's 1,000.
That's what I'm saying. So when y'all come together, y'all gonna be able to build something bigger than y'all did apart. And I look at this. I like that. I've done my business relationships too.
And what was that called?
Because even as a moral, because like one of my morals for myself, y'all, even when I go stay in a little bitty Airbnb, if I come, whatever I touch, whatever it is, I'm gonna leave it better than I found it, right? So whatever it is,
right there, let's go.
It don't matter what it is. If I find a set of clippers, I'm gonna tighten them bitches. If I go to somebody's house,
you shining, boy.
Come on, man.
You shining.
I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
So if I fuck with you, I'm fucking with you.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Then we rocking.
I just need you to fuck with me.
Hey,
and that's really what
that's what I'm saying.
Right. And
all the way though.
All the way. And that's why I like what P is saying. I like what P is saying. This shit, when you got a hole in a hole, you don't have 2, you got 11. Not at 11. Think about 11 people, bro. That's a football team.
And my friends, my partner,
we can go
my family,
win state.
I don't
nigga.
got no limit of what I do for those people. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You got to make sure that, like you say, the people who are around you, the people that you got, they got you too. You know what I'm saying? Like, in another thing about relationships that I feel like people fail to neglect is, if your partner lacking in something, a lot of people like, man, this person not doing this. Help them out and show them the way. Because a relationship is a partnership, and you got to be able to pour into each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just one person pouring into the other one. You got to pour into your nigga too.
Anything you see.
If your nigga credit fucked up, if your nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Get y'all credit right now. Get that goddamn Cowboyy credit book on his site.
Business credit.
It don't, and then
build your credit.
Yep.
Stop putting all right.
I'm cleaning my shit right now as we speak. Talking about cleaning credit, fixing credit. Yeah. Go get the DIY. We're gonna talk about the DIY do-it-yourself credit program.
Had to put that in there because he said
credit. We're gonna talk about all that.
But I agree with what you're saying though about building, and I think that's what it is, right? Like I think we got this delusion that we're gonna find the perfect person, but I believe everybody has to be built, right?
But
like,
if
I'm living by myself,
you don't find. What is this shit? What is this shit, man? I want to snap the. I want to snap the.
This ain't the Notebook. This ain't the Titanic. This is real life, nigga.
What is this shit? We'll find nothing.
This ain't the metaverse.
You gon' attract. First, you gotta be. Ain't nobody finna fuck with you if you ain't shit. Ain't nobody. I can't stand. Look, this is what I'm saying. I remember when I wasn't shit. I ain't never walking around talking, acting like a motherfucker was supposed to fuck with me. So here's the thing. When we double back and you run into that energy, it's like, shut up. Shut that shit down. You got work to do, and if you got work to do, you got work to do. It's period. It's like, come on, man.
You got these people who set these unrealistic expectations and standards, and you're not even the standard. You know what I'm saying?
That's this young lady was saying that.
It's some niggas out here who I want me a bad boss bitch.
Man, she gonna break you down, man. You don't know.
But you not a bad boss nigga.
Man, you gonna be worried about who she DMing. You already done.
What's that post?
You're already done. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you this because I had to do this when I went through the phase of remember we was talking about comments.
Him, not them.
We talking about understanding the comments, right? So like the reason why you gotta fuck with somebody who understands is because think about what I said at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
I went through a phase.
Yeah.
I went through phases where a lot of people was DMing me, harassing me, trying to get like sex or trying to do weird shit, right? Or like trying just whatever the fuck. It's just like people just like what the fuck? Yeah.
Weird shit.
It's like
what type of weird?
Bro,
thing, what they trying to do?
the wildest shit you can imagine. I got episodes on YouTube.
Wild
It's too much.
Bro, I still screenshot it and put it on my story sometimes.
One day, DJ, he logged into the Instagram on my phone. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm asleep or whatever. I ain't paying attention because at the time, you know, I ain't even had 10. You know, DJ Ben had followers, right? Nigga, them DMs was blowing up. Bling, 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 bling. Because DJ, he posts the thirst trap shirt off pictures. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I met him.
And, bro, it was niggas in there. It was women in there. Like, man, that
It's
motherfucker was a
reckless,
candy
man.
store.
It's reckless. So I'm saying I went through I had to fucking understand like it's nothing that you can do about what people say.
But see,
so what I'm saying is you about to worry, you about to get something that you don't even understand, that you can't even fathom this shit. Sure. You got to be ready for that type of shit. You got to work on yourself. You probably got to turn up a little bit so you can get some fucking DMs, young brother. That's all I'm saying. Why don't you get you some fucking DMs? Why don't you go put that shit on in?
Nah, I think it's like everybody, you know what? Everybody looking at
because I always saw him with it.
Wrong today.
I always saw him with it, but I never said nothing. I saw all of them with it. I was like, that shit nice. But what they gonna do when that's all I said in my head. But I didn't even know when I was gonna get it. I was like, what they gonna do when I get it though?
Hold on, no. And this is why I say it's a key of what you're saying, right? But you still had a high conception of yourself. Right. And I think that's the biggest problem. You can get all the houses and all the cars, and some people still don't believe they worth shit.
Right. Damn.
They still believe that, I'm not worthy of this shit. And that's the biggest thing I think that is really a toxic thing when it comes to a relationship. I heard this, and it's in another great book, which is The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, right? And when they talk about
they dropping that book,
what they say in here was basically like, high self-esteem people don't date low self-esteem people.
Yeah.
What you checking for?
It's like, people don't understand what that means. If somebody loves themselves, people with low self-esteem tend to think they're arrogant, right? Arrogance is something that is trying to put you down. It's kind of like the difference between narcissism and confidence. Arrogance is like, if I'm trying to stunt on you.
Right.
Like, oh man, you ain't got shit, bro. What's that? I mean, is them VVS? What you got in that? Like, that's more arrogance, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm just like, man, look at this shit, man. Look at this, man. I work for this. It's kind of like the DJ Khaled energy.
Right.
They ain't believe in us. God did.
Yeah.
He ain't talking about nobody specifically.
Right.
But his energy is basically confidence versus arrogance. But if you think that he's arrogant because you probably got low self-esteem or you got a low self-concept. And I think that's the biggest thing. If you got a low self-concept, you're going to let everybody else, the world, dictate how valuable you are.
Why you shouldn't read comments.
I understand that a business owner may not want to work with me because I haven't done any shit yet.
Right.
I do at the same time say, it's just a matter of time. I'll be back for you.
Right.
And that's the whole way I look at it, right? Yeah. Nobody's telling me like, you lower, you less than and shit like that. I was on my mama's floor when I started this shit. Right. I said, I'm an entrepreneur. People laughed. Yeah. They laughed their ass off. Ha ha. This is why this shit is called Mama's House to Penthouse. Because in the beginning, everybody was like, you not that. I'm not letting y'all tell me shit, but I'm not delusional. I'm not going to try to act like I put out as much value as fucking Jeff Bezos. Right. Yet I'm just saying that I'm not going to look at myself as less than that person. I'm just going to continue to get
There's an amazing video that dude Steve Jobs talking about. It's going to be a profound realization that you come to in your life that everything that's created around you is created by people that's no fucking smarter than you are.
That was like an amazing quote.
Either no fucking smarter than you are. Once you figure it out, he say, once you figure that out, like all of this shit, there's a camera right here, there's DDJ boards, there's like chains, there's fucking shorts, there's couches.
You know, when I figured that out, when I went to Mexico, and we was at customs, and they ain't know what the fuck was going on. I say, how y'all don't know what the fuck going on? Y'all customs. It's a country. It's a whole country. I say, y'all running the world?
Y'all running the world?
I can do this shit.
I'm gonna sneak past y'all.
I think what it comes back to with all that shit is basically that our perception of a lot of things is really skewed. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think if we come to an understanding of like how we actually influence the world around us, I think that'll change a lot of people's way they act in the world. Because how many people, like I was talking to a guy, I was with one of my guys, Xenon, and he gonna come on the show eventually, but he got like $1 million logistics company.
Where's he at?
He doing something with his daughter right now. But he was talking about how when his friend was talking about when he first started, he got the assistant manager. Now it's not a big thing, but just listen to the story. He's like, you got an assistant manager position at Dollar Tree as a like 18-year-old kid. When people have been working there 30, 40 years, didn't get that shit. And they was like, why? He was like, because of what I believed about myself. I believed I was worthy of that position. And dude, he talked to the general manager. He gave him the job. How many times are people not at a certain level, not because of their skill set, because of what they believe? Because I know everybody who's watching this podcast could identify seeing somebody they didn't think was that talented, but they're in a certain position of power. And that's because their self-concept. If it's one thing I could get with anybody is if you can get somebody to change their self-concept, you can get them to really be empowered. And I think that's the biggest thing with all this shit. We sit here and talk about, man, this the thing you need to do. This the thing you need to do. But if I can't change how you feel about yourself, I could give you $1 million, like the lotto winner. I could give you 20 million, 200 million. You're going to lose it.
Yeah.
You just going to smoke it.
Smoke?
It's been over and over and over
Like
again.
they smoked them PP loans?
They smoked them.
PPP
Right.
loans?
They smoked them because it don't matter if you get a PPP
Which is
loan.
why they getting it back and unleaded on us now. Oh my God.
Getting it back in gas.
Nah,
You had the
but-
PPP
nah.
loans now.
Nah, but see, it's the same thing. Like you say, even with the PPP loans, I really feel like the pandemic kind of fucked up the economy and fucked up.
It did. What you mean you kind of?
Bro, look, it fucked up people's skew on reality. So you had people for who had never had $5,000 in their account, and then they got 1,200 2 times and a 20 bands on PPP, and they had the 10,000 before that. So you had niggas who never had 10 bands in their account had 10 bands in their account like that. You had niggas who never seen 20,000 ever got 20,000 in their account like that, and now they out here popping bottles and eating crab legs and everything like that.
What you think they gonna do?
Man, so it's like now when shit is getting real, because nobody has jobs.
Shit real.
And gas is getting high. Niggas is jacking and robbing.
You know what's funny? They got this thing. They always say this. If you get heavy into self-development, they talk about this. They was like, if you took all the wealth in the world right now and distributed it evenly to everybody in the world, right? They say it'll end up back in the same people's hands because of the way they understand money, the way they understand the world. And I know that shit is true because you got to think about in business, you work in nightlife. I see like people come by sections, people come pop bottles, right? We know what that is. We're selling status to somebody. If somebody will buy status, and I love it, right? I have no problem with it at all. But I'm saying if somebody will buy that, you got to think to yourself, whoever got to the point of selling you that is an amazing salesperson. They understand how to take that consumerism and then extract money out of it. And it's not the only industry. It's thousands of industries. That's why certain cars, name brands, all that type of shit. At this point, we knew Jordans was made for $2. And I'm not making a point of it because I actually, shit, for motherfuckers can sell, I'm a businessman. I'm like, damn, that's cold that you made a person pay for something. You paid $2. You made them pay $200, right? So I just think that's cold. But what I'm saying is, if you look at it from that standpoint, the world and the way everything operates, bro, if you can really tap into that, bro, and understand that somebody is doing that shit, bro, that'll change everything. When you talk about the economy and all that shit being fucked up right now, why is it? Because they understood that, we can give everybody this money. Where is it gonna go? What do you think people did? People was I remember motherfucking Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Them motherfuckers was getting smashed during the pandemic.
One Friday before heist, man, I'm in Saks Fifth. They don't got nothing. All the Balenciaga, all the Off-White, all that shit gone. Everything. Y'all tore up the designer store. They ain't even have my size in the Balenciagas, Gucci's, nothing. They tore it up.
Yeah. Because, like I said, it don't matter. And that's why I think when we talk about these type of topics, it's just, you got to understand some harsh realities. And that's what I think about the successful people understand, right? There is a change that's coming right now. This is a shift that we've never seen before.
Facts.
You talk about gas being $5, inflation. If people don't understand what that means, they printed more money in the last 2 years than they did in like the last 50.
Yeah.
So as more money gets printed, it's
better
not
get
infinite.
some.
As more money get printed, your dollar gets less valuable. So what that means is how your parents might talk about, back in the day, you used to be able to go get a bag of chips for $0.25.
Right.
It's like the bag of chips $2 now.
Right. We were just talking about how chips went up. Chips, when you can look at this shit, when chips go up, it's happening.
But think about it. It reflects every part of the world.
Right.
What is something that you can do to combat inflation?
Shit, raise your price.
You gotta start really thinking different and get out of the consumer culture. Because at the end of the day, like, this is a great quote. You can take this. You're on Instagram, you're scrolling. What does Instagram do when you keep scrolling? What eventually pops up?
More stuff, ads.
Ads, right? So if you're not running ads, what are you?
You getting an ad ran on
You're
you.
a product.
If you're not running the play, you getting a play ran on you.
If I got a platform and I say, hey, this person is watching my platform, let me get some money from you to put your shit in between it. You the product that's getting sold. And there's nothing wrong, because sometimes you do got to consume stuff. It's not like I don't consume anything. But what I'm saying is you have to start becoming a producer, right? You have to become a producer. So when we look at this and we say, what can we start doing? Watching something like this is huge.
Facts.
Because what you're doing is you're starting to be like, damn, okay, I get it. You're actually getting smacked to wake up from the fucking matrix.
Right.
And what you're understanding now is like, okay, yeah, I understand this. I'm not a pessimist, actually.
Right.
What I mean is I believe there's things that can be done. But the reason we make a show like this, because I'm like, hey, bro, let's really think about, let's try to pool some money. Let's think about not just pool some money. I'm talking about, let's think about how to build systems, processes, shit that's sustainable. So you got a strong business without me.
Yeah.
You got a strong business without me. All the people come around me, they'll tell you, what do I do? Anybody comes around me, I try to build them up. If I got people on the chat watching this, I'm gonna build them up, because I'm saying if we all understand how it works,
It's even
it don't matter the economy, it doesn't matter the country, it doesn't matter what we doing. We understand how the money works. We understand how to be producers. But when all you do is consume, you always gonna be at the mercy. Oh, gas is going up. It's a dude, bro. We went to Mexico.
Buy a Tesla.
It was we went to Mexico recently. It's this dude from London. And during the lockdown, I don't know if you noticed, but London was fucked.
right.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I said, man, how was the lockdown on you? This man looked me in my eyes and said, shit, I don't know. And I know that's because he had so much money, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You was on a private jet, you wasn't wearing a fucking mask.
Right. It's my jet.
You think they told you to wear a fucking mask?
It's my
You go
jet.
through the regular shit, we gotta take our shoes off and shit like that.
Facts.
They don't do that. And they're living in a different reality.
I need $1 billion because I'm so tired of taking my
What
shoes
I'm
off at the
saying
airport.
is, what do you think is happening, right? The disparity between rich and poor is getting wider.
Rich get richer, poor
So
get poor.
shit, you gotta do something. You gotta start understanding how to deal with money and be a producer. Because if not, what do you think gonna happen in the next 4 or 5 years? You know what I'm saying?
Broke.
It's finna go crazy.
But yeah,
Welcome to the future.
but yeah. Anybody want to call in? Can we type the number down there, D?
What is
Yeah,
it?
let's go
we
ahead
can-
and
we
drop
can-
that number.
yeah.
Call in
Drop
on the
the number.
lines to
I don't know
ask you
about heart.
questions.
It's
We accepting
60
call-ins.
4720.
While we doing the call-ins, man, we got some really, really big celebrity
Yeah,
events.
what's it? Yeah,
Oh,
just
did
tell
I-
them what. So what
There
do
we
you have coming up real quick?
Man, so this weekend we got the New Jersey takeover. I
gonna
got some
have to
promoters
exercise
from New Jersey. Huh? Yeah, we got some promoters from New Jersey coming down. My guy Cass's boy, you know what I'm saying? They doing like really big events this weekend. We had the ladies from Starlets NYC. It's a really popular cabaret
Okay.
up there in New York.
Wait, from NYC?
Yeah, the Starlets girls. Like the pool party already sold out. Like the whole downstairs been sold
Big
out.
Chicago?
Yeah. We gotta
Oh,
open
my.
up the inside this Saturday. And then we doing an after party at the
Oh, so we finna be in there like we was with the city girls.
Come on, man. And then we got a brunch on Sunday. You know, we never did a brunch. We got a brunch, Afrobeats brunch at O2 Lounge. It's gonna be this Saturday. It's gonna be real dope. It's gonna be a vibe. And then after that, we're at Sakai on Sunday. But what I want y'all to know is next week we got Drip the Runway. That's the biggest fashion show ever. Shout out to my guys, Ala, Cash, Wear Models. You know what I'm saying?
You the first promoter to put a jet ski in the pool?
Yep.
How the fuck y'all get the jet ski in the pool?
Man, true story. The owners was pissed as fuck. So, I'm pulling up to the photo shoot and they like the manager texted me like, yo, it's a fucking jet ski here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's for the fashion show, blah, blah, blah. He say, so what y'all gonna do with it? I say, it's like a fixture. So he had told them, don't turn the jet ski on.
Uh-huh.
But they didn't communicate that to me. So we doing a photo shoot or whatever. It's going crazy. Y'all seen the video. And then they turn on the jet ski. And I mean, the guy who's driving the jet ski, granted, he is a professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is his jet ski. This is what he does. So he's doing like laps in the pool. And
he was really doing it right though. Like if he wasn't messing up his jet ski, he did hit the pool.
He had all type of control. Like this man was a professional. I think maybe he does this at the Olympics or wherever, the surf
Olympic jet ski,
wave riders. Whatever.
I think he
does this.
His page. He does an excursion. Like a lot of people come to him. And like he has multiple jet skis where you can rent them out, and then like he'll take you on like a tour.
Yeah.
So like he jet skis for sure.
Yeah. So like when he was doing the donuts around the pool, they got cameras there. So they called me. They pissed. They like, turn the fucking jet skis off right now. Turn the fucking jet skis. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And then I told him, I said, hey man, the commercial's gonna go viral. Trust me. Trust me. I do this.
for the shot. It's
for the shot. But yeah, I'm saying that to say we got a really dope fashion show coming up next Saturday, June the 25th. And then 4th of July weekend, I got my homeboy Miles Bridges coming, man. We doing the NBA takeover. I don't know hottest young niggas in the NBA, man.
Come on,
we
man.
throwing an NBA pool party and we bringing them all out. And then after that, wait a minute. After that,
more?
we throwing another pool party, 4th of July weekend. Cause I'm tired of niggas talking about they throw the best pool party. So I'm finna show y'all who really throw the best pool party. I'm doing 2 of them 4th of July weekend. If you throwing one, watch out. Watch out.
They gave Mr. Pool Party. The pool. Man, cause I don't know.
They wouldn't give us the pool.
But that's what I keep telling people.
They wouldn't give us the pool.
Every time I ride to the car, whoever in the car, I'm like, man, I remember we used to have to do the utmost to find a pool every Saturday to throw a pool party.
And me and my boy Big Nietzsche, we had this crazy pool party like that we had planned or whatever, right? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like the first day, we got 1,000 tickets sold. And then the venue just canceled us because of some politics or whatever. But it was so crazy. And, you know, I always told myself, because it's like, if I did get a pool for the summer, I would go as crazy as I can go. So I owe it to y'all to go as crazy as we can go this summer, man. Miles Bridges NBA pool party. Y'all tap in, man.
Yeah, for sure. Man, hold on. Let me hit that West. Because I think that's important, though, because I guess we could talk about that, because you just talked about a situation that happened, man. We've had guns pulled on us at events and shit like that because shit wasn't done correctly, I guess you could say. But I guess the biggest thing I would say is talking about coming from nothing, right?
Yeah.
That build up from that. You say you remember days when we didn't have that shit. And I think, once again, that goes to your concept of yourself. I really had this thought the other day. I said, at what point do you become successful, entrepreneur? At what point? Because everything most people say is going to be something external, right?
Yeah.
You got a certain, like, what dollar amount in the bank account is successful? Like, when is it? Because it's not really one. It's just all based on the person, right?
Relative.
Like, it's what you got. But I think in the beginning, you got to believe you something before you ever are that thing.
Oh, for sure.
You got to just say you're that thing. And that's where faking it till you make it comes from. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
I wouldn't call it fake it till you make it. I call it manifesting.
But for sure.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
we
the
call
whole thing
manifesting.
is, if we went down that track, it's a great book. He wrote a lot of books by Neville Goddard, right? If you get into his shit, it's really deep on some manifestation shit. But he talks about that shit, and he's basically talking about assumption, the law of assumption. Like, you assume that you already are what you want to be. You just hold that feeling until you are that. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, like what faking it till you make it really means. There's a difference in going to try to get other people to join in your faking, though, right? It's like, as versus you just assuming that shit yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if y'all want to call in, make sure y'all hit the number. The number's down there, right?
The number right there, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Shout out to my boy Zoo Kelly in the mix, man.
Zoo
Kelly.
Let's turn up. Let's turn up.
We got KP in here. Okay. Who else? We got Diamond up in here. Diamond. Is the club.
Shout out to the hospital.
Oh yeah.
Diamond was supposed to be one of the guests for today's episode, but we're gonna get
she working. She going ham at the hair hospital.
You know what I'm saying?
It's blowing up over there.
Man, shout out to everybody that's been going to the hair hospital. One of my cousins called me and said, "Hey man, I need pronto." He said, "Hey man, I need my haircut." And listen, let me tell y'all something. I've been cutting hair for about 11 years.
Man, that's my barber.
I've been cutting hair for about 11 years. I tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Man.
It's over there at the hospital.
Hey, he gonna put that paint on you too.
Man, look, I need it.
If you need
Me
that paint,
too. We gotta put that paint where it ain't.
I ain't never had it. I'm like, hold on, I feel like a YouTuber.
Ooh,
yeah, you be like, damn, why that edge up so
that shit
perfect?
clean.
Oh, Clay,
That nigga clean.
you know.
He's like, you got to do it. It's like a performance enhancing drug.
Nah, I mean, shit. The women do it. They put them little lace fronts on. Why we can't put a little paint on that?
And I feel like that shit might start happening in a minute. Pretty soon, you're gonna have some whole fake muscles, fake shin.
Oh, you know you can get taller now.
Yeah, you can.
I'm good.
You seen the shin surgery?
I'm about to go get that shit.
Oh,
I ain't gonna get no other surgery, but I'm getting that.
You can get 3 more inches.
I'm finna be 6'4".
On the hoe.
Bro, I say, don't be mad when I walk back in this motherfucker 6'5".
They gonna say that nigga Will tall.
I'ma
Yup.
just grow up on them.
I'm gonna just leave and be like, they be like, damn, was you this tall when you? Yeah, I was always this tall. Yeah, I was always this tall. I'm just gonna get the surgery and just burn off for a little bit.
Yeah, they say they got surgery where nigga go get him some more inches.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's what I heard.
I'm pretty sure they do got that.
I'm pretty sure.
There's probably something wrong with it though.
Oh, just like it's
Some side effect with it though.
your ear fall off.
My God. Shit, some niggas worth the risk.
Niggas in my ear back.
Fuck my ear, nigga. I don't need to hear no way.
Oh,
Let me tell you, you might get 3-4 more inches, but you might lose it all. Yeah, see?
That ain't.
Man.
You're gonna be like, nah, I don't
Oh
think it's
my
worth it.
God. I'm crying.
But yeah, anybody want to call in, make sure y'all call in. You know, it takes some time for it to catch up.
Oh, also, we having a casting call. My homegirl, Drea, you know what I'm saying? July the 9th, you know, in crowd.
Why you with
Drea. This is my sexy
no,
voice.
No, that's not the right music.
This is my sexy voice. But nah, yeah, we got Drea coming down for the Mint Swim. You know, so I'm not sure if y'all familiar with that. It's a really popular women's swimsuit line. We'll have all the baddies popping out. So Drea, July the 9th, in crowd casting call, celebrity casting call. Never been done. Let's go.
Never been done before. Sounds way better.
Outdoing yourself.
I think everybody has to agree.
So it's another topic I do want to talk about,
What's that?
and that's being a leader.
Oh, fact.
We've been talking about this for a while, and I think one of the things about being a leader is how do you lead when it comes to organizations? What are some of the things that y'all have kind of picked up as far as being a leader?
As a leader, it's almost like you have to be a servant as well too, because you're serving a customer, you serving your employees, different type of things like that. So just being able to understand their needs, because a lot of times when you're the person at the top, you don't understand the needs of somebody who may be a waitress or the door guy, things like that, or even the things that they cherish and think that are important about the company. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times communication, having an open dialogue between these people, being able to communicate, you know, how things can progress, because at the end of the day, you know, these people, if you are a boss or if you do have your own business, these people are putting their faith in you to make sure that they have consistent income and things like that. So you have to always be the person who is willing to do everything in every job. Now, not saying continue to do every job, because then it's like, you know, everybody just pawning off on you or whatever, right? But it's like you have to be able to do every job or be able to fill in wherever you are needed.
Yeah,
A servant leader.
I think I've always one of the things I've always said to people who lead is you got to play a different game than everybody else, because a lot of people with the leader, it's just a lot more responsibility. It's a lot more that's expected of you.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people when they go into leadership, they just believe that people are supposed to listen to what they say because they're in a leadership position. But I believe as a leader, you got to always inspire. You always got to get people excited about the vision and about what's going on. I don't care what it is, because one thing I've known is you can frame things and things that make sense for the other person, right? Yeah, I want you to help me with my business, but also understand how is that going to benefit the other person. And I think that's a big thing as far as being a leader. And I think at a certain point, you got to have a confidence in yourself, because, I mean, shit, you the leader. If you don't believe in yourself.
Him, not them.
What I'm saying, because it's like a lot of people are looking for like, oh man, what, like people hit me up and be like, man, is this a good idea? Is this a good idea? I always tell people, it's like, it's not really about the ideas. It never really is. Yeah. It's about the execution. And some scary shit is going to happen. If you don't got the heart to just do that shit, you really don't have the confidence or courage in yourself. A lot of leaders I know, some of them didn't even have all the skills, all the tools. They just did that shit.
Yep. Fearless.
So, because I'm saying from your background, right, where you came from, it's like what made you create what you created, where you the biggest promoter in the city, it came down to the fact that you was just on some shit like, man, I'm gonna take that risk. Nobody told you like, bro, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like, as a matter of fact, a lot of people told you it wasn't a good idea.
Everybody told me it was a terrible idea. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
Look at me.
But I mean, it's always challenging. I mean, you gotta have faith. So one of the things I do is I stay prayed up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if y'all go to church anymore. I haven't been able to make it in a minute, but I pray in whatever relationship that you have with your God or your spirituality. You know what I'm saying? That's you. But I feel like first and foremost, you have to be able to govern and guide yourself first. You have to know what you want. And I had a vision. So when I would go out to parties and different type of things like that, I would be like, man, you know, this party would be dope if it had this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like tasting food. You taste some food and you're like, man, this shit cool, but I could make this shit a little bit better. I could put a little Tony Satchins on there. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, throw a garlic powder on it and it's going to pop. You know, but so like when I first started doing events, that's how I started, and I wanted to do a more intimate environment. So we started off doing house parties and mansion parties and different type of things like that. The reason why we did that is because we wanted to give people that home feeling, that personal feeling, like, you know, we fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? We really rocking with you. Like me and Prinston, we used to go to LA. Like we'll go to LA every time we throw parties in LA. I'll cook for everybody and things like that, and that always brought people and always brought people back. Cook. You know, so it was like doing different type of things like that. I always just loved coordinating events and doing stuff. And I just happen to be in a spot now to where I can make that profitable and I'm able to make a living off doing events, and I'm able to do really big celebrity events and festivals and things like that, as well as the people in my business, making sure that my waitresses, my door people, my marketing guys, my MCs, my DJs, everybody has to make it. Everybody got to make some money. Everybody got to eat. Everybody got to win. And everybody also has to contribute as well, too. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how we rock it. It's like, that's why the Inquiry is so successful, because we got some amazing waitresses, man. We got some amazing staff. All of our girls book. All our girls in them DMs, posting, tagging. All our girls go crazy, man. That's why it's a privilege to be in the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's a privilege to be here because I just hold that standard for my customers. I hold that standard for my employees, and I hold that standard for myself. What's up, Zoo Kelly? In the mix. But nah, you have to be able to hold that standard, and you have to be able to create that boundary just like you do in a relationship and say, hey, yo, look, this is the boundary. If you're going to be in the in crowd, if you're going to work with us, this is what we need you to do. That standard is set from day one. You know what I'm saying? When you fill out your application, you get a whole waitress book, you know everything that you're supposed to do and what you're expected to do. And that's not that we won't work with you if you're not doing that, but it comes a point in time to where, you know, you just got to make sure that you're going crazy.
That's the vision.
Because me, I'm making sure I'm booking sections, because my waitresses, that hair ain't cheap. Them lashes ain't cheap. Them bags they be buying ain't cheap. Them cars they driving ain't cheap. They need the money. So it's like, if I ain't in the booking sections, they gonna be looking at me like, shit, where the sections?
But that's leadership though, right? You taking the burden of the whole team and making sure that everybody can get what they need. Everybody eats. And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't do, is you got to take the burden of leadership, but really the burden of responsibility. And that's whatever it is.
I'm glad you said that, responsibility. So one of the things I'm going to say real quick is, I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to take all the credit. Like, I'm the only person doing this. Another great qualities of leadership is being able to trust and trusting your team to do their job. So I'm also blessed to have a great team around me, like as far as my management staff and things like that. And we're able to trust them to do what they do and work how they work without us having to be over their shoulders, meaning me and my partners. So it's like, when you got a strong team of solid people who are tried and true, who know what they're doing, who you know gonna get the job done, it's almost like Game of Thrones, right? It was a scene where he say, give me 5 men, give me 5 good men, and we'll impregnate the bitch. Give me 5 good men, and we'll impregnate the bitch. And what that means is, because it was a castle, and they said the castle was impregnable. Nobody had ever conquered this castle. Nothing. He said, just give me 5 good men. I don't need an army. I don't need all these niggas. I don't need all these people riding with me. Give me 5 good men. And that's the concept that we live with and die by with the in crowd. Because if you give me 5 of my waitresses, I'll put 5 of my top waitresses over any 5 waitresses in the city, and they're going to put their dick in the dirt.
Challenge.
Dick in the dirt.
And all challenges?
Dick in the dirt.
Mercedes Leatherman say, what's your toughest challenge as a leader?
Ooh, that's a good one for Cowboyy.
Dealing with a whole bunch of emotions all the time, but you get
That's a big one.
Yeah, every day somebody going to sleep mad. Every day somebody mad, but you just
Somebody got to be mad though.
But I learned from the jury, man, how to stay still. Like, cause like when he do your piece and you tell him that you love it, I love it. Oh my God, I love it, man. I love it. He just say the same shit. Thank you. Yeah. When you tell him that you hate it, he tell you the same shit. Thank you. Yeah. So it's like
if you get caught up in the praise, you're gonna be a slave to the validation.
Oh, and that's big right there, though. That's big right there.
Well, no, I think that's because from a leadership standpoint, what it really is highlighting is the fact that you as a leader, there's going to be people criticizing you and people praising you. But any way you skew too much, you're going to get caught on that. So let's say as a leader, you come in, everybody's like, oh my God, you're great. You're amazing. You hear that every day, and you get caught and your identity gets caught up on that. And the first time somebody tells you, man, you trash, then your whole shit going to crash.
But shit, what Jay-Z say? First they hate you, then they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. So being a leader, you have to be able to stay grounded. So Cody, that was a really great question that you asked. What's the biggest challenge as a leader, right? So like DJ just spoke about, you're dealing with a lot of emotions. You're dealing with a lot of different people's feelings, a lot of different people's problems, different type of things like that. And you're driving the ship. So imagine us, come on, DJ, we the leaders, we driving the ship. And so-and-so them like, man, well, you know, man, the rotor's fucked up. Oh man, we don't got enough food. And you panic. And you panic.
Crash the car.
Now the reason why you are selected to be the leader because you are strong enough to handle all of that. You are resilient enough. You got an iron will. That's another book. Drop that book big on me.
Iron will.
You got an iron will. And as a leader, you have to be able to be unswayable because it's gonna be people on your team. It's gonna be people who not on your team. It's gonna be a lot of outside noise. It's almost like when you're playing basketball and when you're shooting the free throws. And this nigga's in the stands like, boo, boo. It might be one of your partners. That might be one of the people on your team.
You one of your partners?
That might be. Then you got people who are in stands who want to see you win. They know you can do it. But it's like if you paying attention to the outside noise, if you letting that outside noise get in your head, then you're driving the ship. And if we turn the ship the wrong way, what's gonna happen with the ship, DJ?
Everything gonna fuck up.
Now we all fucked up.
And then
now we all in the water. Now we all dead.
Right, because one person couldn't even.
Well, let me ask you this question then, because I always talk to people about this, right? So with that, where does advice come in, right? So if you got your own mentality, right, and you're the person,
perfect example.
Going, where does advice come in? Oh, this person gonna tell me something, and I got my own thoughts on it, but I definitely want to hear y'all thoughts on it.
Nah. I mean, I feel like advice comes in where logic comes in. So you have a lot of people who may complain, right? Like, oh, I don't like the way this shit is, but they have no resolution to fix it or even no advice or even no thought. They just don't like the way it is because they don't fit in, because that doesn't fit into their way of thinking. But what you got to understand is when you're dealing with a very big organization where you're dealing with multiple managers and multiple staff and like hundreds of people, you know what I'm saying? You have to, damn, I lost my train of thought. But now when you're dealing with a bunch of people, you have to be able, like the rules are not created for one individual or one position. The rules are created for the whole. So like for the whole win. So for example, we had an issue where one of our employees was like, they didn't like this, and this. So we asked them, well, how you suggest that we fix it? Well, I don't know, but I think it should be done like this.
Well, cool. Then you can't have an issue. You ethically need to understand that you need to shut up.
Exactly. So then let's go back to another
until you have a solution.
So we was promoting at Bar Rosa, right? And so Evan, which is our general manager, if you ever come to Heist on Fridays in our club, you know who Evan is. He's the nigga who's gonna charge you at the door when you got a dress code. That's Evan. But Evan came to me in our first week. It was Saturday. You know what I'm saying? This was Bar Rosa. We hadn't had Dior Saturdays in a minute. We was really excited about bringing Dior Saturdays back. And then Evan came to me at the end of the night, and he was like, we ain't gonna make no money here. So as a leader, right? As a leader, you can do one or two things in that situation. Oh man, this nigga Evan is being pessimistic. He's not believing in the dream. Evan not a team player. Fuck Evan, blah, blah, blah. You can do that, right? But that's ego and insecurity. But what I did was, the second thing I said, I sought understanding. I say, well, why do you say that? So he told me, he say, Prospect Park is right there. Parma is right there. It's some other hole-in-the-wall club right there. All of them are free to get in. All of them have walk-up traffic. We're charging people $40 to get in. We're never going to make money because when they leave, they're just going to go here.
Yeah.
That's logic.
Yeah.
That make perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I said, what was your solution? And Evan had a solution. And the solution that we made was a lot more profitable because what we did was, this is how therapy and Parma on Thursdays came about. Originally, we were doing Parma on Tuesdays. Tuesday wasn't working out. It was a lot of events in the city. It just wasn't working out. Tuesdays, not even a day where people would normally go out to the club. So what I did was I took that information that one of my managers had, because I trust his decision making and I trust his logic, and I'm listening to it because it's reasonable. And I said, hey, yo, DJ, we're gonna move Parma to Thursdays. At the time, it was nothing going on Thursdays, really. Thursdays was a drive day. We moved Parma to Thursdays, and it was a bunch of walk-up traffic all around. So we basically just absorbed the walk-up traffic because all of the people just seen that we had the girls and everything out there. Then those people just continue to can't come back. But all this stuff is strategy. You know what I'm saying? What is your strategy? And you can do two things when you're driving a ship. You can panic. You can get in your emotions. You can get in your feelings. Or you can stay still. Stay calm. Drive that motherfucker.
I love that. And I'm going to tell you this. I've always looked at it like this. Advice, of course, you got to analyze, like, the logic of somebody. And, I say listen to people who are good at their field. If I'm going to go promote, I'm going to listen to you. But what I will say is the distinction I look at is the person trying to tell you how to live your life or the vision, or they trying to give you advice on how to get to your destination? For sure. That's a big distinction, because it don't matter. The direction my life is going is mine to choose. Like, there's no say so on that. I don't care what nobody's talking about, right? I'm not looking for anybody externally for that. But when it comes to trying to get somewhere, people can give me advice, especially trusted advisors who I know, one, they have my best interests in mind. They have some foresight into the type of thing I'm trying to do. But I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of people will hit you up, and they're looking for advice on how to live their life. What direction should I take? What should I be doing? And the whole thing is, those are things you have to find out, because nobody can really tell you that. Nobody can really be like, well, this is the direction you should be taking. This is the direction you should be taking. Because at the end of the day, that's the things that you should be able to look at yourself. And that's why I say your concept of self. If you got a high concept of yourself, you just going to be like, oh, I know where I want to go, but y'all can help me get to that place. And that's what I think it should be with everybody. You know where you want to go. Oh, yeah. But somebody can give you advice on how to best get there, but they can't change the destination. We going this place.
This is where we're going.
You can get on or off, but we're going here.
This is where we're going.
You want to tell me how to get there or help get there?
Cool. Faster. But this is where we're going.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what people have to understand. All you do is pick a direction. I think that's the one thing that people don't understand. At some point, you just sit down, I'm doing this. And you just cut off all the other shit. And that's what I think a lot of people are indecisive about when they're trying to pick their destiny in life or where they're going in life. It's just they don't want to, well, what if I could do this and what if I could do this? When I dropped out of college, I was like, fuck all that. This is what I'm doing.
Fuck all that.
This is what I'm doing. Well, my mom, I'm doing it.
Right.
My family,
I just turned 28, and I would say that I recently just found what I wanted to do. And I've been doing a bunch of shit. So, like, my biggest fear was, like, hearing I heard motherfuckers say, you don't want to be a jack of all trades and a master of nothing. Yeah. So, I mean, it was something that, like, speaking in the master of ceremony is, like, what I want to key in on just 100%. Like,
Cowboyy Radio coming soon?
Right, Cowboyy Radio coming soon. I will be. Yeah.
No, you are.
I will be. I am already him, Trish McGinnis. Right. I am the most booked artist right now. Yeah. Hey, with no songs.
No song.
I'm Big Uber.
You do got a song.
I'm Big Uber.
You got one song.
No songs. They ain't gonna know about that song. They'll never know about it because I need that first.
You gotta take it off YouTube.
I'm talking about they're not gonna find it.
You gotta take it off YouTube.
Nah, they can find it.
We ain't gonna talk about all that though.
That was premium. That was premature. That was actually College Cowboy.
About to put that bitch on the board.
It was College Cowboy. It was College Cowboy. That was College Cowboy.
Jugging and finessing. Look it up, y'all. We about to make that bitch.
Jugging and finessing.
Shout out Morgan Westbrook. We tapped in College on that track. It was like some lit ass shit. That shit was lit though. But they ain't gonna know about that song. By the time I'm done with their ass, I want to be like Uber.
You just gonna wipe it because you're gonna have so much content.
Right, that's how. That's
There's
all.
gonna be one super fan. Like, no, actually, he does have one song.
All right. They have to pay Cowboy at least minimum.
Bro, by this time next year, they're gonna have
Jay, get you where you at.
By this time next year, minimum 50. Minimum.
If your name Jay Guidry and you didn't do this, we fuck with you. But whoever signed for this shit,
You know who you are.
Jay Guidry.
He know who he is.
The box you stole is holding up all our live streaming manifestations.
Jay Guidry, we need you, brother.
We need you to return our live stream.
Do the right thing, Jay. Do the right thing.
Or keep it in film. Just film the shit out of shit.
Yeah, do some shit, bro.
Like,
use that shit. We gonna be good.
We gonna we gonna get another one. Yeah, like, but
use it to your best of your ability. Jay.
Don't fuck up them cameras, bro. They amazing cameras. They let you do shit like this. Like, we live streaming right now.
He probably like, God damn, these the ones I was. He's like, fuck it, I can't deliver these.
I can't. I need these.
I need to.
I'm finna Jay Guidry him. What? For real? Yeah.
That's probably not even a real person.
Right. That's probably the signature package play. Like, I'm finna Jay Guidry this
they
one.
probably at FedEx when they saw Jay Guidry, they said, damn.
I got us again.
If they did put Jay Guidry and it's not Jay Guidry, they're a professional because that's a very unique name.
Yeah.
That's a very unique name. We gotta find
It's
all
the
these guys.
J. They don't give you a first
gotta
name.
find all these
It
guys
could be
are.
a bunch of Guidrys around the world, but it's like it's the J that they don't give you because it's like they the person that scanned it definitely wasn't gonna put their first name.
So was it Jay or just Jay?
Just J. Just a J.
Let me Instagram. Let me look it up. Let me see what we can
It could be him and not him. That's the craziest part.
You hit him up, you like, fucking packaging?
All right, I'm J-A-Y Guidry.
Exactly.
It could be JJ Guidry. It could be
JJ Guidry.
lowercase J
It could be
Guidry.
Jamal Guidry.
It could be Jameis Guidry.
ask this girl, do y'all know Jay Guidry?
Man, see,
He gonna be like, yeah, Jay
UID.
Guidry,
How you
I
spell
be
it?
getting packages.
see, like right there. I would just.
It's like Guidry, something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a bunch of Guidrys on here.
That's what I'm saying.
There
I
you
ain't never
go.
met
We got a
one.
CJ.
CJ?
CJ.
We're gonna keep an eye on all the Guidrys. Whoever start live streaming first, we know.
Oh, we got a JL Guidry.
He got it.
Go to that shit. You gonna see that store. Just got these Mevos. I'm gonna say it's your ass.
We got a Jay Guidry Designs.
If any J
Man,
Guidry.
there's some Guidrys in the world, man.
Man, we just showed them some love. But I guess guys, we was waiting on somebody to call in. I guess they shy today.
Yeah, y'all shy. It's cool. We understand.
Y'all wanna
want no
give
free
y'all
shit.
final thoughts?
Y'all don't want no free shit. My final thoughts is, whatever industry that you're in, whatever you're doing, if dating is your goal, have a goal for dating. You know what I'm saying? You and your partner. If you are dating someone and y'all together and you see yourself in the long term, set goals for each other. What are y'all goals for your relationship? Have goals and have things set so y'all can pour into each other. Your dreams are important. Their dreams are important. Another thing is just set strong boundaries and understanding what you like and what you don't like and communicating that with your partner. And then another thing is like patience and understanding that nobody's perfect. We all are real people. We dealing with real situations and shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens in the world. It's a lot of crazy shit happens. So if it's somebody who you really rocking with, rock with them for the long way. DJ?
Oh, yes, sir. My final thoughts, stay in it to win it. God damn it. Keep your head up. Fight for understanding so that way you understand it. That way at least however it go, you understood it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just out here like, damn, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? So, what the fuck? I would say my final thoughts is really just fight for understanding and understand going into it. Like, you just got to know yourself. You got to know where you're going. It's just best to know. A lot of times and a lot of us are just operating out here. And that's why I want to do a live episode about awareness. Because like once you get into it, once you're aware on your birthday.
Oh no, my birthday's not.
On Saturday. I thought you.
Prinston Hicks birthday weekend.
Oh!
Crazy fly on the way. I don't even want to talk about it.
I don't even want to talk about big ass fly on the way.
There. The whole hospital, everybody, whole gang popping out. We popping the bottles, we popping the models, all that.
All that. The whole count.
Peace. So to wrap it up for your birthday weekend, what's your final thoughts about leadership?
My final thoughts about leadership. Before I get there, let me just do this first, man. This is amazing. This one of the ones. This is a classic episode, man. My final thoughts about leadership is, at a certain point, you got to raise your conception of yourself. I think a lot of people have a low self-concept. They don't believe that they're the person who could ever be this. So they'll never lead. I remember when I was starting off, I always thought, because I call it sidekick syndrome, because I was a younger brother. I always felt like I was gonna be the sidekick. I wasn't gonna be the main person. But the second I changed my concept of myself being able to be the leader, I started my own business. I started putting shit out. I started doing stuff. I started being willing to speak. And that never would have happened if I wouldn't have changed my self-concept. We could go deep on this and talk about why this is as far as like neurological levels and stuff like that. But just for this, understand that you have to work to see yourself as something before you ever are that. And nobody has the authority to tell you that you're not that. Nobody has the authority to say, you ain't a good leader, you ain't this. Nobody has that authority but you. If you give them that authority, you're gonna let other people's opinions, shit sway you. And as a leader, it just ain't no place for that. I'm gonna get this shit done. If you don't fuck with me, cool. If you do fuck with me, come rock with me. At the end of the day, I ain't never gone to the club. You see me at the club, I sit in the back, I don't drink. They'll be like, oh, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm cool.
All right, I didn't come here for that. I came here.
They'll be like, peer pressure. I said, I don't get peer pressure.
Right, that's for y'all. That's for the.
You can't peer pressure me.
Yeah, I can't be.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't going.
Looking for your approval.
I already.
Damn. Not them.
Yeah,
Bro, like they say in my favorite book, you said, you brought it up, but it said, it was talking about William the Conqueror. Your name was. It said, no man under heaven was this man's rival, right? And that's how you got to think about yourself.
This is true.
You got to think about yourself.
Like it's unadvantageous for you to even beef with me because I'm too valuable.
Who's the best?
I'm too cold.
Who's the best boxer? Somebody gonna say Mayweather. Somebody gonna say Muhammad Ali. Somebody thinks both of them suck.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just opinions. Fuck these people's opinions.
Yeah.
And that's what I think as a leader. Raise your self-concept. It don't matter if everybody agrees with it. You gotta agree with it because there's so many people. Well, people call people like Kanye crazy, but you gotta look at it. It takes something. Extreme confidence to be broke, to not have shit,
right?
To be sitting at the house and say, you know what, bro, I am him.
Right.
I am him. And then you eventually become it. Because sooner or later, and this from the 8 Pillars of Prosperity, the world is going to have to accept you on your own terms. So once you realize that, bro, you just go out there, do what you do, and you'll be a strong leader that everybody want to listen to.
Hey, look, and then the last thing, you could close it out because this shit going to be funny in the motherfucker, but this is for dating. I didn't get to say this, but I'm going to drop this gem real quick on y'all. Look. You have to, when you asking y'all friends and shit for advice on y'all relationship, make sure that they have a prerequisite to give you advice. So like a lot of times these ladies, y'all asking y'all homegirls and fellas, y'all asking y'all homeboys like, hey bro, my chick did this, and this. What should I do? And you have a person who is giving you advice who's not qualified. This person has not been in any successful relationships in the past couple of months.
That'd be like,
but they telling you that you need to do this, and this with your life and your nigga.
That, you know, it's funny. That's like somebody saying, hey, can I get the stock tips? Yeah, I'll give them to you. Like, oh shit, you done some successful investment? Never have.
Never have.
Everyone. Every account I ever had.
It's like some go wrong in your brain and you ask somebody who's not a brain surgeon, who never went to medical school, none of that shit, don't know nothing about the brain, the physiology, psychology, or nothing, and they're giving you advice. Does it make sense? Make it make sense. If you want advice, I would suggest
make it make sense.
Make it make sense. If you want relationship advice, right? Find you some people, find you a couple who's successful, find you a married couple who's successful, a couple that you know out here who's successful.
I mean, find the type of couple you like.
Find a couple.
If you want to be a polygamist, go find a polygamist. You want to be polyamorous?
I ain't talking about that.
Go find. It's different relationships.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Nah, but what I'm saying, how can somebody who not in a relationship, ain't been in a relationship, give you relationship advice?
No, they can't. That's what But he's basically to second that piece.
Go find the relationship you like.
Go find the people you like.
If he's a polygamist, he's a successful polygamist.
Yeah, right. Just because you don't agree with it, don't mean. Right. There's some people out there that fuck with it.
I know people who fuck with it.
I'm picking up what you put down. I'm picking it up.
I'm just saying, find the relationship you fuck with. Because at the end of the day, once you find it, you're gonna be like, okay, I get it now. That's the relationship I fuck with. So I'm gonna listen. Hey, how did you get 3 wives? You know what I'm saying? That's what you fucking with. If you want to be, Disney, married, hey, it's me and you forever, baby. Go find somebody who did it. Find some old couple that's 50 years in the game and ask them what they had to do to be successful.
Facts. And
I guarantee they're going to say, cut off Instagram. But
Instagram
you want to give them your socials? We can get out of here?
I ain't giving nobody my social security number, but just
I didn't say your social security number.
World's Most Hated Promoter.
Don't
if you want to go to an
event,
you tried it. If you want to come to an event, you can look at our website, partywithincrowd.com. Ladies, if you want to get a job, Do not DM me. DM that Party with the In Crowd page because I can't get you a job. You got to talk to Big Ross.
Call that old number.
A message.
They gonna say for sure not gonna pick her. I called it on accident. She was like, I was like, man, I know him. I know his mom. I know his dad. She's like, nah, I can't.
Hey man,
I
shout out to Brandy, man. If y'all call her and talk crazy to her on that phone, I'm with whatever she with times 10. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Social.
On myself.
He
Country big checks.
I could
Tap
hit it
in.
for you. You know I know. I can hit it for you.
Yeah, man, country big checks. Yeah, he funny. Every time he be ended up getting the mic, he go hard as hell, like profound speech, and then he tell people his name, Country Cowboy. I mean, why did you do that? Oh, he went when you went in.
You talk about the VIP room.
okay.
Oh, wait, you talking about the tickets and like everything? He went in.
All that shit, really.
Tap in with myself on countrycowboy.com. No, head over there, watch the movie, get the Cowboy bundle. Inside of the Cowboy bundle is the influencer.
Credit.
The influencer, the 17 immutable laws of influence. If you like, you know, the people around you, your favorite person, if you want to, you know, embody the things that they have, like if you want to just have the energy of an influence, you want to influence people, you want your social media to reflect that, you need to go tap in with that bad boy. DIY credit do it yourself credit program, okay? Which means you can fix your credit yourself.
Wait, hold on, D.
DIY credit program, you can fix your goddamn credit yourself. I ain't lying to your ass. I'm doing it right now. I just left the whole stream. I did it. I'm cleaning my credit. It's stuff on my account. I'm like, what is this? I'm going to clean it off. You can do it too, okay? Get the book. Take action on it now. You need to be able to, everybody should know how to fix their own credit. You can pay people to do it too if you want to do that, but you should know how to fix it yourself. Fitness book inside of the bundle too as well. Y'all tap all the way in. Cowboy Radio coming soon. Ooh. Jay Guidry, if you're going to film heavy, goddammit.
Guidry.
So Prinston Hicks on everything, PRINSTONHICKS. It's spelled a little bit different. You've been seeing it popping up at the bottom. But make sure y'all tap on everything we got going. We got some big, massive, major programs coming soon. So first of all, we got Massive Action Biz. You can go check that out at massiveactionbiz.com. It's basically going to teach you how to put together a business in like 2 hours. 2 hours, you'll have your business together. You'll know. I didn't say you'd be successful in 2 hours. Somebody gonna be like, bro, you said I was gonna be rich in 2 hours.
2 hours, bro. You told us I'm making I'm making $1 million a day, bro.
You gonna have your shit set. I'm making $1 million a day. I remember somebody said that crazy shit. But then you got how to start a business in 30 days. 50 plus videos of entrepreneurs teaching you step by step how to build your business. When I say how to build your business, everything from how you set it up, how you market it, how you brand it, how you tell a brand story, how you structure it, how you get leads coming in. All that shit is in how to start a business in 30 days. It's not just me. You actually know how to start a business in 30 days, which is crazy.
I am.
You got people at that level teaching you. Where else you gonna find somewhere for a low price that you can go and learn all this shit about how to be successful? And we talk on Mama's House to Penthouse. Also, we got the Massive Action Mentoring Program, which is us literally holding your hand and taking you step by step through the entire process. This is literally gonna be me and my team like, hey, no, that doesn't do your business like this. You don't know how to make money in your business? This is how you generate leads. This is how you convert them. This is how you turn them into a long-term customer so you can make money, because that's the biggest thing. I've been focusing heavy on that. I want to give somebody, this is how you do it. This is how you make the money. Make the money.
I filled one out last night. Every bit of 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Sped it up so fast.
And imagine with somebody walking you through the entire process. We're going to get everything right. We're going to get your goals right. We're going to get your life right. We're going to get your business right. We're going to get your understanding of systems and process so you can automate this shit right. We're going to walk you through the whole bitch. I don't know how to put it, right? We're going to run you through the whole thing, and we're going to make sure that you really turn up and you can create a future where you're in control this year. If that sounds like something you want to do, let's go let's start getting the bands up. Let's start living the life we want. Let's start creating a future where we in control. Let's make this shit happen, because I promise you're going to look up 5 years from now when gas is $18, you're going to be like, how the fuck am I going to drive anywhere? And the Tesla's going to be $2 million because they're going to know how much they worth. You're going to be like, I wish I would have started that business when they told me on that podcast.
Shit.
And guess what? I'm going to say. So make sure Y'all tap in, man. Make sure you follow everybody on this panel. You follow World's Most Hated Promoter, Country Cowboy, man. This was an amazing classic episode. I appreciate you gentlemen for tapping in like this today. And
Jay
we'll
Gidry, we're looking for you.
Hey, we're gonna get them cameras from Jay Gidry. We'll see y'all next week.
From nothing, started from the bottom. I see it with a clear eye. So I hustle.
Mama's house to Penthouse. Yeah.